Hey guys, what's up? So welcome back to episode 3 of modding. Let's make a mod. So in our previous episode, episode 2, we created ourselves a useless gem, which was a green gem. And now we're actually going to make something useful for that gem. We're going to create ourselves a sword. I'm going to show you guys how to set a sword or how to code in a sword into your Minecraft game. We're going to add in this sword. This is a green sword, and like in my last episode, I am going to supply the source and this picture in my description. Just make yourself a sword, make sure it's 16 by 16. You could use this same exact sword, go ahead and get it from my description. It has to be 16 by 16 transparent background, and here we go. So let's go ahead and add in this sword. It's actually pretty easy to do all this stuff. It's not really as hard. And remember, I know a lot of people have been telling me to explain the code a bit better, but just to let you know, I'm not a professional modder over here. I'm actually, beginning myself. So I barely started modding like what, 2 months ago, and yeah. So you can't really expect too much information from me. But anyways, I'll try my best to show you guys and try to teach you guys how to set your own mods going up and how to do a lot of other cool things. But anyways, let's go ahead and start coding in a new sword. So let's go back to our mod underscore file where we added in our green gem. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is create another one of these public static finals for a sword. And like in my previous episode, I will supply the source. So here is the source. So here's a public static that we're going to need and the mod loader that will actually craft and make the sword. So let's go into our public static file. Links in description. So you're going to copy this code. It's going to be way more easier just to copy and paste and then for me to explain it instead of just typing it all out because it's going to be the same exact thing. So we're going to paste this new code in our public class extends right here. This is where we're going to place it. We're not going to put it into this loads. This is like crafting and all that other good stuff. We're actually going to place it right here where all the public static final should be at. And there we go. So public static final item, name of the sword. You could actually name it whatever you like, and you could add in sword. It's best to add in sword because you want to remember what you just created. If you put like, let's say, bone meal, and that's actually supposed to be a sword, you're going to forget that that was a sword. Eventually, when you create yourself a whole list of items, it's best to put like what it is, a sword, at the end of the name because it's best to just to make everything so easy. It's a green sword, so I'm going to call it green sword. Okay, so public static final item green sword equals new item sword. Okay, we could put this item hoe, we could put this item axe, but since it is a new item, it's going to be a sword. Since we want this a sword, it's going to be item sword. Okay, and here is of course the item ID. Just like over here, you notice that the item green gem, the ID number is 2085. We have to have this a bit different. I could have this 2086, but I'm going to keep this 3077. Then you have to put yourself a comma, obviously. This is of course mandatory, and we're going to add in enum tool material.gold. This is what type of material it is. So if you want this a bit stronger than gold, you could put enum tool material.diamond, or you can actually create yourself your own enum material. And it's actually pretty easy. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. You're gonna go here to client, so click on this little arrow right here, then you're gonna go to source, and then you're gonna go here to net Minecraft source. Go ahead and open that up, and you're gonna look for enum tool material. So go anywhere and press E. Since you can't really search for anything, you just have to like just type in the beginning letter of what you're looking for. So it is E for enum, and we have to scroll all the way down till we find enum tool material. Or even faster way of doing this, you could actually search for the file up here, but it's just, for me, I'm just gonna look for it right here since it is right here. Instead of searching it, it is right here. Let me go ahead and double click that, and you'll see the whole list of different enum materials. There's wood, stone, iron, emerald, and gold. We could actually add our own, and to do that we have to press backspace on this. The last one, you have to put a backspace and put a comma because we're adding in a new one. And we're going to call this one, let's call this SCM. So I'm going to call this one SCM, put a parentheses, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the emerald since that is the diamond. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it within those parentheses since I want it like exactly like the emerald, or I may say diamond, but I want it a bit stronger. So this is the max uses, and this is actually the harvest level, I believe. Let's see what this is. Each one of these are defined down here, so you can actually read what each one do. Like this one is harvest level, this one is actually max uses, the 8F is actually the strength. If you see right here, it is the strength, and everything is described down here. So you could be messing with that. Let's make the strength a bit higher. Let's make that 20F, and the max uses, let's keep it, let's say we're going to have this used only 5 times. Could you believe that? 5 times for this. And of course you have to end this, with a semicolon. That means you're done with that and you just added in something new. You could get an error if you place a semicolon right here, so it's best just to remove that semicolon and add in a comma. Just like how you see up here, you have to add in a comma and then you have to end it with a semicolon. So there we go. That's our new enum material right there, SCM. Now let's go back to our mod underscore, and instead of gold, let's just replace this with SCM. And there we go. So you shouldn't get any errors. If you have any errors so far, then that's not good, especially here in the enum tool material. I already told you how to fix that error. You just have to place a comma and end it with a semicolon. Now let's go back to mod underscore again, and let's start doing this. So set name, of course you could place whatever you like here. I'm gonna just put 1 2 3 4. Just make sure that the name right here isn't the same as the green gem's name, because that's not really good and they will conflict with each other. So now what we need to do is actually load what it is. Mod loader has to load exactly what it is, so let's go ahead and put some enters right here and place some code right here. And I do supply all the codes in my description. So this is the mod loader sword, double click that, and here's the code. So let's go ahead and copy that code, right click copy, go back to our Eclipse and paste it down here. Okay, and there we go. So you're going to get a ton of errors because we're just going to be messing with this right now. And the best way to separate your items, like, I'm serious right now, this is the best way of actually separating your items, because if you have a whole ton of swords and a whole ton of tools and stuff, it's best to separate them like this, putting 2 slashes, meaning notes. This is actually adding in notes and it won't really conflict with anything, and you can place like whatever you want here. These are notes. This is like side notes. So I'm just going to separate this saying sword, okay? And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do the same exact thing and call it gem. So gem, sword, and you can actually do it up here too. So if you want to separate these, you could put / sword, and you could go up here and you could do the same exact thing, enter / gem, and there you go. That's like the easiest way to understand where your code's at and just to keep everything all organized. Name sword is the name of right here, so green sword. So let's take off this name and call it green with a capital G. If you happen to lowercase this g, you're going to come out with an error. Make sure that everything is spelled correctly as you have it up here. And you just replace all of these named swords with green sword if you did name yours green sword. If not, then you have to probably name it red sword. I'm not sure what you named it, but if you're following me, it's best, and then you'll understand what you're doing. So of course, modloader.addName, this is the in-game name. So the name of the sword, we're going to call it, let's call it green sword. We're not going to call it anything fancy here. We're going to call it green sword. So modloader.addName of the green sword will be green sword in the game. So this is adding crafting, okay? And you probably will have an error right here. Let me fix that. It should be capital B for block. But modloader add recipe, this is the recipe for the green sword. Of course, we're going to make a recipe for one sword. We could have more than one sword, and it's a new object, so this is a new item that's going to be crafted using whatever material we have listed here. So you'll notice we have star, star, and X. So this X, just pretty much think in your head crafting. Okay, X is a sword, that's the lowest point. Okay, right here's the middle of your crafting box, and here's the top of the crafting box. I'm not sure if you're understanding me, but this is how I pretty much remember it. So this is the lower part, this is the middle, and this is the top. And this is basically how to craft a sword. Okay? If you put backspace in any one of these, you will mess up. So make sure you put a space, star, space. It's already set up for you, so you don't have to remember this. But let's say we want more than one stick to craft this sword. Then you're going to add another X. And you're going to add another X. If you want like 3 sticks at the bottom, and you want the gems in the top. But right now we're just going to keep it normal. This is a normal way to crafting a sword, so let's keep it normal. And so X equals stick, so that's the stick, and these stars equal dirt. We don't want our sword to be a dirt. We want it to be this green gem. So what we're going to do is spell green gem at the bottom. Green gem. The name of our green gem right here will be used to craft our sword. And we are basically done, but now all we need to do is set the path or the image of our sword. Our sword is not called sword.png. It's actually called, let me show you the sword. It's actually called greensword.png. Every single one of these items have to be a PNG. It cannot be a JPEG or any of that stuff. It has to be a PNG. So let me rename this into greensword.png, or I could just add in green right here. So there we go. So items greensword.png. Let's go ahead and load this, and let's go into right here our modding folder, and we're going to copy this into both our items folders. So let me right click this, copy, go here to bin, Minecraft, items, and this is where our green gem's located at. So let's paste this in as well, so it's right next to our green gem. And there we go. So now let's go back all the way to the very beginning, go here to clips, client, bin, items, and let's paste that in as well. So there we go, green sword and the green gem right next to each other. This is where all our items are located at. Let's go ahead and exit that off and play Minecraft. This is it. It was a very easy tutorial. Hopefully nothing bad happened. If I got an error, I will show you how to fix it, but I did not get an error, and I'm going to purposely give me an error right now just to show you how to fix stuff, because I noticed a lot of people got some errors, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get ourselves a crafting bench and get ourselves some sticks. Oops, that's a gold, that's a diamond axe. Let me place that down and get some more of these gems of mine. And there we go. So here we go. There's our 10 green gems. Place them like so, and we're going to put ourselves a stick in the bottom, and there we go. Now we have ourselves a green sword. This is a sword. You could use the right click, and there you go. You could like punch anything you like. So there we go. We have set ourselves and created ourselves a cool looking sword. So let me show you how to fix some errors, and I know you guys might get some errors, so let me go ahead and show you. So you notice my sword is called green sword. Let me go ahead and place a W in between green sword, so it's green W sword. Now let me press play, and it should come out with an error. If it doesn't come out with an error, then yeah, there we go. So here's the error, and it's gonna say image not found, items.greensword.w_sword. Just make sure that you just remove all the unnecessary spelling mistakes. So this is green sword. Let me backspace it and fix any error. If there's capitalization, you have to add the capitalization. If there's any numbers involved, you have to place the numbers. But once you have it to the correct name of the actual image, then your error will be fixed. Any other errors? I'm not sure how you could get any other error. Maybe if you could get an error right here, and if you call it hello, so enum tool material.hello. If it comes out with an error, then you have to add this in the actual enum material.java. So let me go ahead and add that in, comma, hello, and I'm just going to keep that the same as this. So let me copy this, and there we go. So now once you have fixed that problem, it should come out without an error, and that's it. That's basically how to fix your own problems. I'm not sure how you guys could get problems with this, but hopefully this tutorial did help you. I know it went a bit too fast. I'm trying to get this video in quick because I need to do a mod review, and I didn't have time today because I was at a party, and could you believe that, me in a party. But anyways guys, hopefully this does help you out. Remember, mod loader add name is to add the name in game. Add recipe is actually adding the crafting recipe. And also there's another cool thing I could do is, you see this X in the middle right here, you see the X. Let's go ahead and make this 3 sticks. So you see that? 3 sticks right there. Now let's go ahead and craft our sword with 3 sticks. Now let me go to single player, and now let me pull out some sticks and gems. Here's my green gems, and here are my sticks up here. And now if I go back to my crafting box, I cannot craft myself a sword. I need to place the sticks at the bottom like this. Since you noticed right here, it says right there, X equals item stick, X, X, X. This is the low part, okay? And then right here is the middle, and right here is the top, okay? And we have ourselves the green sword. I could always fix this, and I could actually remove these and put some spaces in between and leave it to craft like an ordinary sword like this. And there you go. Alright, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this tutorial. It was a pretty easy tutorial. It must have been a bit sloppy. I'm not too sure until I get editing with this. I probably might just redo this video. I'm not too sure. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys later. Thank you.